Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Stories with Denny Lennon presents the VBC Show, a retelling of the Venice Backyard Championships, the largest backyard volleyball tournament in the world, played in the backyards of Venice, California from 1983 to 1996, where legends were born, and a bad serve was like, well, it was like a wasted point. Starring two-time semifinalist Danny D.B. Boehle, the 1993 and 94 champion Michael Boehle, the 1994 runner-up Ray the Box Cobbler Castro, the 1986 champion Denny Lennon, the 1988 champion Kevin Lennon, the 1990 runner-up Kipp Lennon, and the 1987 champion, Michael Lennon. I'm your announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., and here's your host, Denny Den Dog Lennon.
Ha ha, that doesn't get old. Gotta love that. Okay, without further ado, it's the VBC Show. Let's bring in our producing team. Kevin Lennon, Mike Lennon, both VBC champions. How are you, boys?
Great. How are you,
Hey,
Denny?
what's up? That introduction is something else.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Kevin and I were laughing through the whole thing, and we already seen it like 3 times.
Kev, big day for you. Not only did you pass a major exam in the state of California today, but you're producing your second show.
Yeah, just walked in the door, but we crushed it today, and we're going to crush this show.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you want to talk about who? Wow. Do you want to talk about who our guest is or anything, or you just want to get to it?
Well, there is a rumor going around. Should we give a hint with a little music of it? Yeah, a little music. Maybe you can figure it out. You ready?
Sure.
You know that song is, Denny?
I think it's Enter
Sandman.
Enter the Sandman. Enter
All
Sandman.
right, at that point, we just welcome him in. Let's welcome Brian.
Bring it in.
Wow. Who? No way. We got him.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Like that?
I was playing the drums the whole time.
Yeah. Got her going.
That's for you, Brian. Learn that today.
I love you, buddy.
Well, hey, while we got our special guest here, how about a toast to our sponsor, Gilbert's El Indio? I understand everybody's been by there recently to enjoy the patio dining.
Toast to Gilbert's. Ooh, look at this guy. He's from Ireland.
Oh, don't let her see that.
They don't carry Guinness at Gilbert's.
They do not.
All right. Well,
What are you drinking it with, Brian?
I was told I had to be drinking, and that's all I had.
We might have to work you into this intro as Kelly Slater. No, I didn't realize. You are pretty.
He got better.
oh, he's great.
Whew, gorgeous.
All right.
Oh,
So you ready to do this calendar with us today?
yeah, let's get her done.
All right, man.
What month are we on?
Well, we left off with August, I think, with Korea. And we're picking up September. But I think for the people that are missed last week, we're going to start and kind of go through January, February, up until there. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Stay focused, Brian. Can you see Pete? Come on. It gets better. Hold on.
I don't want to see it.
Nice.
Oh, full screen. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the.
It's just the way the head's tilted back. The cock back is so good.
You know, all this splendor.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
There's our special guest. Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe you need some music for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What's that?
Yeah. Well, there's a giant.
There's the giant. Remember him, Brian?
Yeah, of course.
There we go. Thoughts on
Bucks
that one, Brian? How about the unbuttoned overalls?
Very sexy.
Kevin claims he had to do a walk by and rip it lower.
I did. Hey, you know what that is blocking me in that? That was a gator.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Kevin's white fanny?
Oh God, my whole life? A million.
Oh, there he
I
is.
remember that. He's got his shorts around his ankles. I love it.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Oh my God.
look at that waistband on the chonies there.
Yeah.
EBC bad boy. Ooh, another bear fanny for you to look at.
Mm.
you have the
So this is let me pull up our schedule here. I think we got a few people that want to say hello to you.
No doubt. Hey, Mike, if you don't mind, I wanted to, we're going to get Gilbert's commercial in there so we can load a couple things up, and then you're going to call who you need to. The other thing I would say is, Kevin, so you know, as I've been promoting this episode via social media platforms that we use at Sports Stories, you've tracked quite well in that shot from your Creamy Dreamy shot. You've tracked particularly well.
And does that mean that the Graphite Award is still within my reach?
It is. It is. It's a lot of people are starting to repost that shot of you with your signals behind you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's just the signals.
Yeah. A little bit north. All right. Gilbert's El Indio commercial, and then we come back. Mike and Kevin, you call the shots on who you want to come in. Brian, so good to see you.
Let's get DB on deck for a say hello to Brian after the commercial.
Sounds like a plan.
Wait, who on deck?
Okay.
Commercial, and then DB and MB.
Oh, okay, got it.
Gilbert's.
Mute.
Gilbert's in Santa Monica. Gilbert's El Indio in Santa Monica. Family owned. Mexican food. Margaritas. Guacamole. Cerveza. Gilbert's in Santa Monica. Gilbert's El Indio in Santa Monica. ¿Me puedes dar una margarita, por favor, señor? Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Well, there we go.
Look who's here, Bri. Look who's here.
Hi, Bri.
Hi, Zach. Hi, buddy. How are you?
It's about time you got on the show.
I've been working.
I don't care. It's way more important.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I would agree.
kind of lame that you've not gone on the show a little earlier than you have.
I've been
But
busy. There
No.
were riots. There was COVID. I was busy.
I think he's playing hard
Not
to
good
get.
enough? Huh?
no, but you know what? The fact that you're on it it's made the show. I think that you're finally here.
I wanted to be here. I couldn't.
No, it's great. You did a good job, man. It's cool that you got him. Kevin, awesome. Kevin, you passed your test today?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right,
I did.
awesome.
So let's maybe if they're in line, I think Kipp just got on. He was having trouble. So let's bring in Kipp and Ray and to say hello to Brian there. If possible. If possible. If not, I always can come up with a little.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that pretty boy, huh? Brian.
Oh my God.
Brian.
So pretty. Whoa, look at that one.
Brian. Look at this. Brian.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow. Very
What
exciting.
happened?
What's up, Brian?
What's up, Ray? Hey,
How
Kip.
you doing, bud?
I,
good. How are you?
I brought my own music for Brian. Hold on.
Oh, I love it. I do.
Brian's song. Come on.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, pal.
How are you, buddy?
So you firemen keep on working through the quarantine, I guess, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Every week we must
Hey, Brian.
at least once every week.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
it's been busy. It's been good.
You definitely need to come on a lot more if you can.
This is my first Tuesday off since the very first or second show. So I apologize.
So you're not lying.
I'm not. I'm not lying.
Ray, ever since he's been doing those commercials, he has to wear sunglasses everywhere he goes now because people recognize him. It's like a big deal.
Looks like
Yeah.
Marcus.
They asked me if I wanted to be on the show. I said, why? They go, Brian's on. Okay, I'll come.
All right, I'll come.
Wow.
Thanks,
Right.
man.
It's really good to see you, Brian.
Good to see you too, brother. Good to see you.
Release the hounds on the VBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can barely get out of bed now.
So for those of you who are joining this week that missed last week, this is a 2-part special on the Men of the VBC. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Men of the VBC calendar we made. Kevin had the idea to make. Got some pushback in the beginning by a certain Denny Lennon.
He didn't
But,
want to. He poo-pooed the whole thing and paid the price.
Yeah.
He did.
Because 30 years of fame was lost in
And it
backing
went,
out like
the
that.
calendar went platinum, didn't it? Just last week.
It did, and it's up. And actually, I'm up for a graphite award for.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a online award.
Well, I think we want to pick back up here and continue on. I think we left off with a Mark Carrillo. So the next male model, let's call her, on for September seems to be Danny Boehle.
No.
Oh, wait a second.
Mr. September.
Mike B. My bad. All right, Mike Boehle. Look at this. Look at this guy. Oh, hey, look at Leon Wood right there. Look at with Uncle Ted Lennon, the eldest. Oh, wow. Ooh, puckered lips.
Can we bring Mike in on the shot here, and Brian?
I think we're gonna. Oh, what do you think, Brian? Handsome guy, huh?
Oh my God. You know how hard it was for him to pull his pants down even that far?
Were you there for that? Trying to get him to do it?
No, but I could picture him. Very funny.
He actually fought a little tooth and nail on that one. He wasn't real excited about it.
Yeah.
I think he was
We
probably
would've-
going to win the Gillis that year. That's during the Gillis, and we had to get
Yeah.
our videos in. And he didn't want to take a break and take that photo, but he was the champion.
Yeah, because we would have tried to have him get it all the way off for sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
So why don't we bring? There he is. Look at what he's
Ugh.
serious.
So mad all the time.
Look at Mike, you're on camera, dude. Mike, you're on.
It was hard. That was hard. I was with Denny a little bit on that, but I understand why we did it. And I look back now, and it was sure such a cool thing that we did. But you're right. That was like, ugh. I'm not like everybody else has got a pretty cool picture, right? And I'm just like cutie, plain Jane,
Well,
stupid.
we're so serious about Gillis.
I'm gonna speedo.
Yeah.
Because
That was our 6-man team again, I think. Maybe, oh, maybe not. Maybe it was,
You're still playing doubles then. That would have been almost 30 years ago.
96, 95, yeah. Yeah, no. Mine's the most boring. I think mine's the boringest picture in the whole calendar for sure.
What do you think? Would you call that defacing the American flag, Brian?
Ooh.
close.
What?
It's close.
Come on.
That's not American flag right
Look
there.
at
Ah, defacing it. What are you talking about?
that.
Back when we had 100 states.
Oh.
Hey, Mike, did you go back to back at the BBC?
Did I?
Yeah.
I think so. Denny asked me that question. I think it was 94 and 95 or 93 and 94. I think it was 93, 94.
Yeah.
But there was a picture. The picture that,
Back to back.
yeah, the picture you had with me that you used as in the opening. I'm playing with Brian. Brian, we played together in the VBC?
Yes.
Ouch.
I don't even.
How's that make you feel, Brian?
Well, we didn't win, so I was a little upset. I was very fortunate. I had a lot of really good partners. Michael being the best of all of them, but we just didn't do it.
Was that the last year, Brian?
I think it was.
Wow.
I think it was.
Wow. I don't remember. That's weird.
Yeah.
Really bizarre.
I think the best I did was with Loreno or Dr. Efron.
Yep. You beat us the first game. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. Well, I appreciate you being on, man. And you need to be a regular on this, and we need to put you into the intro. You were such a vital part of what we did and how we did it. And it was so much fun those years, those 12 years of working together. And you were the backbone, man. And you and Kevin all behind the scenes stuff. And it was just so much fun working with everybody. So I'm so glad you're back. And if we can get you more, it would sure be fun.
Yeah, listen, if I'm not at work, I'll be on.
I know.
That was some of the best times of my life.
Yeah, wasn't it?
It was. It was no question about it. VBC was one of the best times of my life.
Hey, Brian, you're a committee member, and that's never going to go away. So you play that card when you need to. MB, what's the significance of having a horse behind you for this particular show?
What's the significance of having a horse?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Lisa got that, and yeah, you know, she's got a couple of them in our house, but I think it's for her dad. Her dad used to ride horses.
I like it. It's a different look for you this week.
Yeah, I don't show it enough. I think I probably should show it. I'm in a different angle, but yes, thank you, Denny, for noticing.
Well, you carried some people to the title. I thought there was something along those lines. We
can use that. We can go that route too. It sounds better.
Pretty solid. Mike and Kevin, who would you like to go to next?
Well, I think
I like one shot of Mike.
Sorry.
Good. I don't see why we'd ever leave this. I apologize for interrupting, Mike. Lennon, I just don't see why we would have ever left that.
There we go.
There it is.
Look at this. So apparently we found out right before the show that Kevin and I, when we did this whole thing, we had put together a bunch of photos that we asked to be put up, and somehow we completely skipped the month of one of the most important male models we contracted for this calendar. Is that correct?
Well, he was the linchpin for the calendar.
Linchpin? Yeah. And this is Mark Pitbull Lennon, cousin of all of ours. And, there's been other photos. I'm sure there's going to be a whole VBC special on the guy coming up because there's so much to say and so much to show with him. But look at that. I mean, I would not like to challenge. I wouldn't want to play against that guy personally.
No. 2-time champion, king, and star of the calendar. What more can you say?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mark.
And I think now, so he's wearing a chain even when he's lounging. I see that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he wore it all the time.
Hey, let's see if we can get Kipp and Ray to give their thoughts on this this Pitbull or Brian. I mean, if you have some thoughts, I mean, you haven't chimed in on the famous Pitbull.
One of the best people I had the privilege of meeting. He was a true friend. He was an amazing human being.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely one of the funniest people I've ever met.
It's so great that it goes hand in hand, you know? Everyone said the same thing, very simple at first, and then they always did it with, and probably the funniest guy I've ever met.
I love that. Even with the calendar, he was still being competitive. He still had to show, like, if you play me, you're going to he couldn't just be that guy. He had to be like, oh, I'll kill you. I'll beat you.
The Pitbull was the best nickname for him too. That was great.
Yeah. How did he nickname Pitbull?
I don't know. I think Kevin probably nicknamed him.
Yeah. I think it was Pimple at first, and then someone spelled it wrong.
No, I think Kippy kept changing names.
Why do they call him Pimple?
More, but no, he just deserved it. It was a perfect name.
He was stocky and big and rough and tough.
5th degree black belt, and he was not to be messed with, but he was funny and it just fit. And I think I start doing it more when we were paddling, and Brian, if I'm not mistaken, and it caught on there first before the BBC and everyone else started calling that.
He was always the Pitbull for as long as I've known him.
Yeah. I think I started introducing to everyone as that. I don't think I'd ever say his name was Mark until after.
Like everybody, I would say, Pickle? Is it Pickle?
Somebody would say Pimple, and then I forget who it was. Why would they call him Pimple? He has such nice skin.
That was a gift for sure.
There's TV.
Hey, so real quick on a couple things. First of all, Kevin made up most of the sayings on that calendar, except for that one. I think that was the only one that Mark really did live by that saying. It was like, well, I forget what it said, what's your will and all that stuff. So that was the first thing. The second thing is Kevin and I and Pitbull lived together down the street from Brian. And talk about how funny he used to be. And Brian says, funniest guys. Brian would get the LA Times delivered to his house, and we didn't get it. And Mark would always wake up early and go steal it. So, because he wanted the sports page. So it started off with him stealing it. Then Brian kind of caught on. And then Mark would take yesterday's sports page, steal the day's sports page, and then so Brian would think like, oh, yeah, I got him. He's not going to do it anymore. But he realized it was yesterday's sports page. And then, Brian, I don't know if you remember this. And then he, I think he started putting a completely other newspaper in front of your house for about 2 weeks. It was so good. Oh, I would laugh hard. You'd come over to our house with a cup of coffee. You're like, all right, Mark, I get it. You're like, you're so stupid.
That's the first thing those up for a sports page, and it was either gone or like a day or two old.
Right. He was brilliant. And you guys worked a lot together at Hughes, right?
Yeah, Douglas Aircraft.
Or Douglas.
We had some of the funniest times of my life. It was hilarious.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, I noticed we got Mark Larino signed in on the message board. You want to shout out to Mark Larino?
Yes. Yeah. Although Michael Boehle was probably the best player I played with, I played the best with Mark Larino.
Yeah, he was a great partner.
He was to me a VBC legend. Like, I was so nervous playing with him. I wanted to win so bad. It still affects me today when I think about it. When I think about losing with Mark Larino, it really bothered me.
How close were you?
I forget, but we were rolling, and then all of a sudden we lost to Sean Davis and Tony Dolan. It was like, so. It just hurt coming out of my mouth. Like, I want to choke on it. But yeah, Mark Larino to me was like a DBC legend. It just crushed me that we didn't win.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yes, easy Hall of Fame for sure.
Indeed.
All right. Well, pushing on. Hi, Mark Larino. We all say hi. We're pushing on to November. This guy is like probably one of the most famous commentators. You probably know him from inside the VBC. I think he was the lead commentator.
Yeah.
I hope I'm right this time. I was wrong last time.
On who was?
Christine, I hope I'm right. Please, the next calendar. There he is. The heartthrob.
Oh, look at that one.
Wow.
You're the guy. There it is.
Look at that. Perfect chord for that pose. You're the Kipp.
See more skin.
Yeah. You're the Kipp. I like it.
You're the Kipp. I couldn't think of any songs, though.
Everybody else was going for the sexy thing, but I was going for the professional thing. I was the host of Inside the VBC, which got caught up in a lot of legal hassles. We still haven't been able to show it anywhere, but we have a few episodes of Inside the VBC. So I was playing my character. I brought my pajamas and my glasses, and I'm interviewing Brett Frohoff, and Brent was nice enough to do that for us, and so you guys were all, you're making a joke of it, but I was trying to be serious about the BBC. So.
Yeah, and I think you were working that day, so we had to catch you during interviews instead of posing, which was really quite candid to be able to, capture you like that.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know you guys were taking a photo. That's just how I always look. I'm always like on it and smiling to everybody.
Are you sure? Because you're looking right at the camera, it seemed like.
Yeah.
You look right at the camera.
I don't know. Let's not talk about that part. Somebody else talk about me for a while.
You're breaking up a little.
What's that, Gilbert's Margarita?
Gilbert's Margarita.
Oh.
Wow, put some ice in that thing.
Yeah.
Kipp, where'd you take your picture? Is that the celebrity volleyball tournament that we did?
Yeah, Denny had that that volleyball tournament in front of the Lowe's Hotel on the beach, and actually the Logs were playing, and I had to bring all that stuff and quick throw on a robe and pajamas. Everything thought I was crazy, and put my glasses on the outside my my hair, and I asked Brent, "Can I interview you?" It'll be perfect.
Where'd he go? Oh, hi guys.
Enough of him. We told
Hey,
him he talks too much. Oh, hey, Kipp.
Yeah. And at the time, he was in the top, 20 players or something, Brent, at the time, probably?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it was really cool to have him on the BBC calendar and do that.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't so much beefcake, but that's all right. I'm good with that.
I just had something that's happening in real time, everybody. Mike Boehle, you mentioned that might have been your first calendar shoot. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So in particular, in that pose, that was your first calendar shoot.
I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, really, Mike?
Oh.
Copy the old move.
Wow.
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 Interesting.
That happened in real time.
It's a baby alien.
Oh, if you know what, if my very respected older cousin's going to send me something in real time, it's going to get up there, Mike. So
Wow.
Wow, that was in real time. I love it.
Well, wait till you see what I send you.
I want to see adolescent. Forget it. I'm going to leave the alien talk right there where it belongs.
Wow.
Hey,
Perfect.
two things. Number one, the bad boy with attitude is signed on, so we got to
Ooh.
because he will get angry.
I
Number
will.
two, Mike, they spelled Boehle wrong on your hat. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Right?
All right.
You got like half off.
You can take me out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So good. All right.
Okay.
Hi,
Now what do you want to talk about?
So, anyways, I'm the I won in 1993 and 94.
Oh, yeah, we already talked about that.
Hey, Brian, how about a shout out to Mark Bad Boy Carrillo?
I saw that. How are you, Marky?
He can't answer you.
There it is.
I know.
I put the bad boy says. Wow.
Plus, he's a retired fireman. You don't talk to them, do you?
Oh, I can't wait. No. He won't talk to me. I'll talk to him.
Well, I think we're ready to move on to
move on.
the next month.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christine,
who
what do
that
you got
might
for
be?
us?
I
Drum roll,
think
please.
it's I played the wrong chord. Oh,
GB.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Wow, look at the
Can he
platform.
put his hands together?
Oh, he's pretty.
He's
God, he was gorgeous back then.
Oh, is he
Look
dancing
at-
side to side
Look at.
with Ryan? Uh-oh. Look at that.
Now we're talking.
Look at that, huh?
And hence the moniker Pretty
Yeah.
Actor Model.
That was it, Kev.
Yeah.
It was so funny because you made up so many names, and that was one of them. So I was trying to break into the movie acting, modeling stuff career, and I think there was a couple. I don't know if you remember this, but it was always like, "Hey, so I have a lot of money," or "So could I do a commercial and get like $500? It was cash," or so I'd always be like, "Hey, Kev, let's go out and let's celebrate me, you, and Pitbull and Brian." But no, I was trying to come out, and Kevin always would call me Pretty Actor Model and Betty Rubble and and Jesus Cristo and Magic. But no, that was funny stuff, man.
Yeah.
What did it say? What was the caption? Jingle balls?
Jingle balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jingle ball.
Were those? Did we colorize those balls? Right. Those were just white balls. We
Yeah.
colorized. Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
No, that calendar was epic. There wasn't a shot in there that just didn't make what VBC stood for and what all of us stood for while we were doing it. So
Yeah.
it was a perfect calendar.
I think Ray's the only one I had to go rip his clothes back a little bit and kind of be a little more sensual. Danny, you were willing and eager to just come out there nude and hold the balls in front of you.
Yeah, well, Ray had Fruit of the Looms on, if you don't remember, at first. We made him take them off. Then he didn't. Then you had to unbuckle it like 3 more buttons, or unbutton it.
I was a little scared. I'm gonna admit, I was a little scared.
Wow.
But
Look at your career,
look at the finished product.
Kevin, one, Kev, I got to ask you, is it part of the job to make your models scared if need be? And 2, Ray's come hither look, or Danny's, I'm open to these ideas look? Which do you think played sexier in the calendar?
That's a tough one.
That's tough. As far as sexy, I think Pete took the cake at the porta potty. But it was a coin flip. That was our job, was to create this sensual yet
Havoc.
Yeah, we were.
I don't know.
What's that mean?
I'm trying to think of a. It was comfortable, but not.
I don't more havoc, but we surely reeked a little bit. Oh, look at that! Look at that guy, so pretty.
Oh my God!
We did me already. Did we do me already? I was on the last show.
The days.
Oh, I thought I was over with.
Billy Blazer, if you're listening, you need to get on our show.
Look at that! Look at that!
Say it again.
That's tough to be. I mean, that's
When I come back, I'm going to ask you if you can play that again.
It looks like he's sizzling with his mouth, like a sizzle, like. Zzz.
What does mine say?
Right.
Cobbler have great hands.
It was a play on words, Ray.
I know. I got it.
In 3 ways.
Kevin, was Sumshy the one that got away as far as your calendar? Like
he was. We tried to do, if it would have been 1 more month, we would have put Sumshy and Owen McKibben together in a shot. That was the plan. I don't know if you remember, Sumshy and Owen were quite a good team.
Yeah. Probably my favorite team.
Sumshy called him Owen. Owen. And that was something else.
So, Kevin, for those who don't know,
stuff with GQ magazine.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get him in because once you're on the cover of GQ more than 40 times, you can't shoot him. We would have had to pay exorbitant amount. But Sunshine was that would have been a great photo, those 2 guys on the calendar.
I'm not sure if Christine has an opportunity to go through Ray's montage, but that's Sunshine right there. In that previous shot, and he was the actual. There he is in the middle below Ray. He was the actual CPA, the certified public accountant that ran most of the VBC from behind the scenes. But as you mentioned, he was also a highly sought after model.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Yeah.
He was. He really.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. Sometimes something comes to me, Kev, and I was thinking, man, like the one that got away was Sumshy.
It was. It was. I think you, to go along with that, a little bit sad. Still sad about that. But you know what?
There is
a calendar in the works.
All right.
And I don't know if Brian out there.
I think Denny's ready.
If Brian,
I think Denny's ready.
If Brian's in, that's my calling card. Is Brian, like that's the one that motivates me, is Brian. So if Brian's in, I'm in.
Is he around? I was going to ask him.
Christine sometimes mixes up Kipp, Brian, and Ray. So that's understandable.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Understandable. I might get mixed in there. Oh,
Still there.
whoa!
Listeners ready.
Oh no!
Brian, say $1 million with your pick.
$1 million. Yes, I'm in.
Okay. What do you charge us for the next calendar? Now put your finger into your mouth.
I'm not sure yet. I got to talk to my agent.
Come on, put your pinky up to your mouth and tell us $1 million.
$1 million.
Oh no.
I did my
I was probably there.
I did my photo shoot last week. And
I was probably there. When was that?
we're on. It's going to be called.
Oh my God.
You like that,
What's
Brian?
wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
We could do more mature men. Is that kind of a tongue twister?
I think
More
we
mature men.
need to take a poll. If people want to email or send in on the list here, the thoughts are more mature men of the VBC or older men of the VBC.
Has-beens of the BBC?
That's not nice.
How about BBC Revisited?
No,
Vazin.
Hey, Brian.
Ray Pen.
How did Billy the Pool Boy ever end up?
That's how we need Brian to pose, actually. Brian, you want to relive Billy the Pool Boy?
I could never squeeze into those cutoff jeans again.
Dude, that was all time.
God, dude.
And you're doing the pool at Marky's house with the net, and you have the red bandana
I was
on.
really trying to do a good job too. So bad.
Oh my God!
What was that for?
That was for we were going to make a TV show, a video, like.
Oh yeah, Kippy dropped those in my house. I have to digitize
when cable TV first kind of started getting big, we thought we'd make
Relatively Funny, I think it was called, or something like that, right, Kipp?
Yeah.
Yes.
You sent I think those are the tapes you dropped off to me. I gotta digitize.
That was a local.
You guys, you're not seeing me right now, are you?
Yeah, I see you. Kip.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm totally frozen. All I see is Brian. That's so weird. I got to reload, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, it's called Relatively Funny. It was a TV show we were going to do with all of us, and we never did it. So we have all the footage. I dropped it at your house.
So good.
Oh, man. Brian, I had a question for Brian.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Am I still on the air? Because I can't tell.
Yeah.
What was your, like, we've all been on the show so many times now. Everybody said what they did every time, like, I will work on this, and Billy Blake was doing that, and and so basically, like, when you knew the VBC was coming up, what did you know your jobs were going to be?
Oh shit, dude! I did everything. I got the courts ready. I set up the courts. I built the banner. I went and drove and picked up all the equipment. I even went to the LAX and picked up people that were coming in from out of town. I helped write the stuff. I mostly just laughed.
Brian, if I could interrupt you, I think you were the only one that Brett Lewis was willing to talk to.
Yeah,
Didn't want
I'm losing you guys. I'm gonna have to reload. You guys keep going.
Yeah, that was funny.
But you were the only one he said he would talk to.
I think I just stopped and started talking to him. I don't think he waved me over or anything like that. I think I was running by him and I stopped. And I started talking to him.
He kind of liked you, Brian.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked you.
There's
Go ahead, Mike.
in the video footage on the floor of the studio, there's a cutout, and I picked up this piece of videotape and I put it back in the machine, and there's a little kiss on the cheek Brian gave Brett that day that they cut out of the episode.
Yeah.
But I have it. It's right. This one. Can you see that?
We do have it on tape.
Oh yeah.
A little peck on the cheek, kind of like a little, you do this for me, I'll do that for you, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I was not
Quid
above
pro
doing favors.
quo. That sound familiar?
Yeah,
Quid pro quo.
I was not above doing favors.
Do we have that video?
If we can find that video before the end of the show, it sure would be great.
That was funny.
Man, is he a looker on camera?
Oh my God, James Dean had nothing on him.
Exactly.
What happened to us? The craziest thing. Like, we woke up and we were old and ugly.
Look at this,
Look
huh?
at this one.
Oh, I remember that
That's
picture.
Paul Parker.
Oh,
That-
Paul Parker.
right there.
That's a guy named Kevin Kelly. He was
Mark's
in Mark's wedding. So that picture right there is Gilbert's booth in 19, I believe, if Mark Carrillo can correct me, but I want to say 88 or 9. And that was, we went out for Mark's kind of bachelor dinner before we all went on the big yacht. And that's MB, DB.
Michael Boehle, Paul Parker on the
Paul
second
Parker,
from the right.
rest in peace, with his VBC shirt on.
Yep.
And Mark Carrillo and I in the back booth at Gilbert's. That's how far back we go with Gilbert's. That's pretty cool.
And we have that same Indian painting in the middle at the Vista House, which is kind of scary.
Yeah. No, it's not. Everyone sells that.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like a felt chihuahua painting.
Oh, okay. I'll take 2. Now what do you want to talk about?
There's DB.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, buddy.
So you, the night before, it's Friday night, we're picking names, and you're a B, obviously. And I've asked this question.
Obviously.
And I've asked this question to everyone. Who was your number one? Oh my God, I pray I get this guy.
Oh.
As an A.
Well, it was Mark Lorino.
Okay, you got him and lost. Who else?
Yeah. Well, I lost with everybody.
Right, but you got all your dream partners and you didn't win. How come?
I know.
Are you just nervous?
No.
Because you had such good hands, and your cut shot was amazing.
Oh, amazing! Boom. Go back behind you.
Behind you on your side of the net.
That was the Brian move. I remember that move.
Oh, so good, dude.
Yeah.
We had good times, bro.
Yes, we did. Hey, who was that guy that Meaty Petey played with, and we told Meaty Petey that he loved Jesus Christ Superstar, and he was singing Jesus Christ Superstar to him all day.
Who was that?
You made that up, or the guy really liked Jesus Christ?
He had no idea. We just told Pete that he loved Jesus Christ Superstar.
I think it was Roger Clark.
Roger Clark.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good trick.
Hold on.
Very good, Schmeek.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it, Mike? We're through
the calendar. The only thing I'm wondering is if we do a quick run through just to see if there's any, just show the calendar one more time in case there's any thoughts, unless Denny has something to say.
Yeah, actually I do, Mike and Kev. Well, it's good while Brian's here. We were fortunate enough to have the local NBC affiliate come out and cover us. And one of the people that stood out on this was Brian, and he really protected the honor of the VBC with then a very hard-hitting journalist named Brett Lewis. So let's see how that played out.
Mute yourselves.
Mute yourselves, boys.
Okay.
The largest backyard championship in the world.
They've even got corporate sponsors for this thing. I was complimenting you guys on how you hadn't sold out. I hardly see 25 commercial plugs here.
First and foremost, Brett, we don't sell out.
Yeah.
BBC, we not sell out. We just like to have a good time.
Share with sponsors.
In the experience.
Yeah.
Sure, if Killer Luke wants to come in and share in the VBC experience, we're all for that.
You're a giver.
Sure, you bet we are.
And
Now go.
Brian, 100% you protected the honor of the tournament at all costs. That was impressive.
I didn't see any of it.
Oh, you really?
Oh,
Didn't see it. I remember it. I was there.
well, Brett Lewis tried to insinuate that we had sold out at
What?
the BBC, and exactly,
No.
You were not having it.
No,
you weren't having any of it. Yeah,
absolutely not.
no. You said if Killer Loop wants to come in and share the experience, we're all for that.
That's
I
right.
remember that. Yeah, no, I gave him a piece of my mind.
Yeah, you were channeling a bit of Pitbull there too. You kind of had that confidence and that swagger.
Yes, that quality.
Yeah. You kind of were this guy. You're kind of that guy.
Metallica.
One more run through on the calendar.
All right, here we go. So we're gonna walk through the calendar here, January through December.
Christine's going to give it her the best shot, but
I think I took it out of my stream.
It might not be in the stream.
Kevin and I can do the poses.
Yeah.
Every
All right, I'm in.
Is
All right. What's the first one?
have all the months in.
I would just hit any month that comes to mind.
Are they doing the poses?
They're not doing the poses.
Why wouldn't
Oh,
they do the poses?
I did. I was asking who's January.
Beady Petey.
I think Petey was January. If we
Yeah,
want to
sure.
just, there it is. Who
Kevin's gonna do Meaty Petey.
okay. Yes. Okay. That's
Okay.
that pretty much nailed it. Who was February, Mike? Do you
That
remember?
was Brian.
Brian was. Oh, we could have Brian do.
Oh, we got Brian. Brian, can you reenact February? Fantastic.
Oh, what happened to me?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, there we go. I think March might have been Marky. Is that right?
Yeah, March is Mark.
Okay, Marky's. Just put my hair in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Brian, did Kevin pull your Speedos up higher or did you wear them that high?
I just had him up that high. I'm not very hippie, so I had to get him up high.
You got them up high?
Yeah.
Was that a sphere?
Yeah. Do you remember the original quote, right?
No, I do not.
It said, "It's not a spear, it's real."
I know what I said.
But we had to change
So
it because we were edited heavily back then. It was censored. Right.
Oh,
So embarrassing.
We passed up Ray.
Huh?
We passed up Ray.
No, Razor.
There it is. Okay, he can reenact that, I bet.
Look at this. Ray, can you give us something? I might throw Christine off because now we're going to do everyone out of order.
Oh.
Man, is he... He's like challenging us.
Oh,
Hey, whoa!
hey, whoa.
Ray, careful!
Hey. And you're muted.
I thought
Wow.
you wanted me to reenact it. Was I wrong?
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Wow. It's
Man,
Yeah.
you're tricky as ever.
Ray.
A little bit thicker, but
Mark Carrillo's proposing wise men of the VBC. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like it. First, we have to find some. I'm drunk as well. All right, who we got next? Oh, Creamy. Creamy has to recreate it. No, he doesn't have to recreate his, does he?
Marky. Oh boy.
It's the giant.
Don't do it.
Brian, if you look up, you look under his skirt.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
What are you talking about? Oh,
Perfect.
And this is a free-form show today, boy.
We thought we were going to be way over, so now we're like out of material. We got to do these backwards. I
we can
think.
sign out.
Mark Carrillo's watching, so we have to act like this is great.
Okay.
Yay! Oh,
Here goes Kevin. Looks exactly like it.
This is terrible. We got to get off the air.
Maybe we end early one week.
I wish
That's
Mark
the
was
wrap.
here because that's a pose right there.
Oh, man. Carrillo, send us a picture of that.
Mike, you laying on your couch?
yeah. I think he's gone. Rest in peace to the pit.
Yeah. Applaud, applaud.
Hold on. I think I could recreate that right now. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see. That's good.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, TV! Yes!
Oh, that's TV. Wow.
Oh, did you tuck it in?
A little bit.
You just can't beat that guy.
It's like Best of Times. Remember that movie, Brian? Brian.
Brian?
Sorry, buddy. I was muted.
Oh, okay. Danny, ask your question.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, buddy.
We can hear you.
Oh, Ryan, remember the movie Best of Times? With Robin Williams and Kurt Russell, and they go back high school football?
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need to do for BBC.
Dr. Death. Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, that was a great show, Michael and Kev. That was awesome.
Yeah, last week was really good. This week was a little, we had Brian, so you can't do a lot.
Right.
Good. Bad news. Good news. Good news. One of our higher rated shows. Bad news. They just put a flag on us for nudity, and that graphite award may be up for grabs, Kev.
Are you joking? Did they really flag us for nudity?
Yeah.
No.
Ray went a little too far.
Well, I'm
Never.
also up for a Vivid Video Award. Any day.
Ray looked like he had a C-section.
Yeah.
Is that a scar? What was that?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
my God.
All right, guys, all yours.
All right. So
Great show.
Look forward to the Wise Men of the VBC, the next edition of the VBC, Men of the VBC calendar. We're hoping will come out to theaters this summer, maybe.
Well, I've already shot my month, so it's up to you guys.
But I think we're going to go out with a little Sandman. If Brian could play drums along, I think we'll let Denny's dog do his business on the lawn. Don't you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, Brian.
All right, Ray, let's see it.
Hey, Ray, give it to us. Tom Jones.
Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is supported by the AAU. Find a local event and join at aausports.org. And remember, you can catch your favorite amateur sports live stream, replays, and highlights at ballertv.com. Sports Stories, along with East Bay, supports the Heroes Movement, a nonprofit that bridges the gap from mental or physical therapy to getting strong again through strength and conditioning workouts. This free service is available for any veteran of the United States Armed Forces. Visit heroesmovementusa.org for more information. Sports Stories, along with thousands of people across the country, also supports the My Stuff Bags Foundation, a nonprofit that provides traumatized children with new belongings and new hope. Learn more at mystuffbags.org. Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is a production of Sports Stories, Inc. and is available on Apple Podcasts and YouTube or wherever you listen and watch. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and give us a review. It really helps spread the word. You can find all our social media links, archives, and other info on our website at sportstoriespodcast.com. Special thanks to the John R. Wooden Course and Wooden's Wisdom. Original music for Sports Stories is courtesy of Lennon Music Productions. Original images by Sienna Lennon Photography. Sports Stories is produced by Christine Jimbo and Marley Rice. Sports Stories is edited by Bob McCall. Additional staff include Ray Castro, Teresa Dolan, Jake Downey, Carlos Haro, and Buck Magic Lennon. Kick it out, Buck! Yeah, kick it out! Kick it out! Yeah, buddy! Way to kick